Welcome. This is a calm story. This evening, we explore one of the mysteries of our world. You can listen with curiosity, or you can simply relax. There is nothing you need to do. Just listen, and let the story begin. Imagine a word that captures the idea of infinite possibility, long before scientists peered into the depths of space. The word multiverse was first coined by the philosopher William James in 1895. But he didn't use it to describe stars, galaxies, or cosmic equations. He used it to describe the complexity of experience, the richness of reality itself. In James's vision, life wasn't confined to a single path or a single universe. Every decision, every fleeting thought, was part of a vast tapestry of possibilities. Even in that time, people could sense that reality was not simple or singular. The night sky, the passing of seasons, the quiet moments of reflection, all hinted at a greater structure, a depth to existence that was both mysterious and awe-inspiring. To think of a multiverse is to think of countless unseen worlds, each as real as the one we inhabit. It is to imagine that our universe is only one note in a symphony of infinite possibilities, waiting for our imagination to hear it. The idea itself is a doorway, a whisper of mystery, inviting us to dream beyond the boundaries of our familiar world. Long before telescopes or modern science, humans gazed at the night sky and wondered, could there be other worlds beyond our own? Philosophers like Democritus believed that countless worlds existed, each born from the endless collisions of atoms. Some were like ours, familiar and orderly, while others were entirely alien, shaped by forces beyond comprehension. This was more than imagination. It was curiosity reaching across time, a sense that the cosmos was infinitely larger than what the eye could see. Even without proof, thinkers felt the possibility that reality stretched far beyond the borders of human perception. Perhaps for every star in the sky, there was a world orbiting it, filled with its own landscapes, creatures, and stories, waiting quietly in the darkness. Long before telescopes or advanced physics, humans did more than gaze at the stars. They asked profound questions about the nature of existence itself. Philosophers pondered the possibility that countless worlds might exist alongside our own. They imagined realities that formed from the same basic principles, yet unfolded in entirely different ways. Some envisioned worlds where the very laws of nature were strange or reversed, where matter behaved unpredictably, and life could emerge in unimaginable forms. These early thinkers were not just dreaming, they were probing the limits of reason. They wondered whether the universe we perceive is only a single thread in a vast tapestry of existence, one story among countless others, each with its own rules, histories, and possibilities. Perhaps somewhere, far beyond what we can ever see, a world exists that mirrors ours, yet every detail diverges. The sky a different color, time flowing differently, choices made differently. This curiosity planted the seeds of what would, centuries later, become the multiverse in science. Even without telescopes, equations, or experiments, philosophers sensed the infinity of possibility. They whispered that reality might be far stranger than the human mind could fully grasp. And in this whisper lies the first invitation to explore the multiverse. The idea that our world is not the only one, and that beyond our vision lies an uncountable number of other realities, each as real and mysterious as our own. The notion is humbling, a reminder that the cosmos is vaster than any single human thought. And yet, it is also profoundly inspiring. For even in imagining these hidden worlds, we begin to see the infinite possibilities that stretch beyond the horizon of our understanding. In the quiet moments before sleep, we can feel their presence, unseen, yet alive in thought, waiting to be explored by mind and imagination alike. Some philosophers imagined a reality far grander than our own, a universe where every possible outcome actually exists. This idea, called modal realism, suggests that every choice, every chance event, and every possibility plays out somewhere, in its own universe as real as ours. Imagine that each decision you make spins off another world, a parallel life where things went differently. Perhaps in one world, you took a different path, met different people, or made different choices. In another, time flows in reverse, or gravity pulls in unfamiliar ways. Each universe is its own reality, unfolding independently, yet connected by the grand web of possibility. Thinking this way is both humbling and inspiring. It reminds us that our reality is only one of countless others, and that the cosmos may be far richer and more mysterious than we can ever see. Even if these worlds are invisible to us, their existence stretches the imagination, inviting us to consider that every possibility is real, somewhere, in the endless expanse of the multiverse. Long before scientists began to explore the cosmos, writers and storytellers were already imagining other worlds. Literature has always played with the idea of parallel realities, from mirror worlds to alternate histories, allowing us to glimpse what life might be like if events unfolded differently. Stories create windows into possibilities beyond our own experience. They let us explore worlds where familiar landscapes are altered, where choices take us down unexpected paths, and where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Each tale, in a sense, mirrors the idea of the multiverse, a universe alongside ours, shaped by different rules, outcomes, and adventures. Even today, these stories remind us that human imagination has always been intertwined with the mystery of the unknown. They inspire wonder and curiosity, teaching us that reality is not just what we see, but a vast playground of possibilities, waiting for us to explore in thought, dream, and imagination. The idea of multiple worlds isn't just a flight of fancy. It is also rooted in philosophy and mathematics. Mathematicians explore patterns and structures that hint at realities beyond what we can see. Philosophical reasoning asks questions about what it means for something to exist at all. Together, these ways of thinking suggest that our universe might be only a small part of a far larger reality. There could be worlds governed by different rules, shapes, and possibilities, realms beyond the reach of our senses, yet waiting quietly to be imagined. Even if we cannot visit these worlds, the very idea expands our understanding of reality. It reminds us that the cosmos is vast, strange, and full of hidden wonders, and that our curiosity is one of the greatest tools we have for exploring what lies beyond. Some thinkers imagined worlds where the very laws of nature are different from our own. In these universes, gravity might pull strangely, light could bend in unusual ways, or time might flow backward. The familiar rules that guide our lives might not exist at all. In such places, life as we know it might be impossible, or it could take forms so alien that we cannot even imagine them. Mountains, oceans, even the smallest particles might behave in ways that defy our understanding. Each variation creates a universe entirely its own, a reality shaped by forces and possibilities beyond our experience. These ideas remind us that the cosmos is not limited to what we see or comprehend. Reality may be richer and stranger than our senses allow, and for every rule we know, there might be an infinite number of worlds where the rule is rewritten. Some early thinkers imagined that the universe might hold repeating patterns, stretching across infinite space. Perhaps far away, there are echoes of our own world, mountains, rivers, and even cities appearing again, like reflections of our reality. This idea suggests that the cosmos could be both vast and patterned, a tapestry in which forms and arrangements repeat across unimaginable distances. It hints at worlds that are familiar, yet subtly different, reminding us that what we see around us may be only a fragment of a much larger, more intricate design. Even if we can never reach these distant echoes, the thought itself invites wonder. It whispers that the universe is full of mysteries, some close enough for our imagination to touch, and some so far that they can only exist in dreams and the mind's eye. These early ideas hinted at something profound. What we see is only a tiny fragment of all that exists. Beyond the stars and galaxies we can observe, there could be entire realms with landscapes, skies, and histories unlike anything we know. Some of these worlds might mirror ours in ways we recognize, while others could be completely alien, filled with forms of matter and energy that defy understanding. The cosmos, in its full expanse, might be far stranger and more wondrous than our imagination can easily grasp. Even the quiet act of contemplating such possibilities stretches the mind, inviting a sense of awe. It reminds us that the universe is not just the space we can see, but a vast unseen tapestry, a stage for infinite stories and realities waiting silently beyond our reach. Throughout history, humanity has been drawn to the mysteries of the unseen. The possibility of parallel worlds, mirror realities, and infinite universes reflects a deep desire to explore, to imagine, and to connect with something greater than ourselves. Even if these other worlds are forever beyond our reach, simply thinking about them expands our minds. It teaches us to wonder, to dream, and to embrace the unknown. Each idea of another universe is like a whisper from the cosmos, reminding us that reality is vast, mysterious, and full of surprises. In the quiet moments before sleep, we can let our minds wander through these hidden realms, imagining the infinite possibilities that lie just beyond what we see. A comforting reminder that the universe is far bigger and more magical than we can ever fully know. As science grew, humans began to explore the universe in new ways, discovering that reality is far stranger than it appears. At the tiniest scales, in the realm of particles, things behave in ways that defy common sense. Particles can exist in multiple states at once, as if reality refuses to settle on a single outcome. This quantum world hints at something remarkable, that the universe is not fixed. Each moment may contain countless possibilities, all coexisting simultaneously, invisible to our eyes, but real in their own way. Even the simplest events, the flick of an electron, the path of a photon, could ripple outward, creating unseen variations of reality. Contemplating this quantum possibility opens the imagination. It suggests that our universe might be only one of many, and that at the smallest levels, reality is a tapestry of infinite potential, waiting to unfold. Some scientists proposed a remarkable idea. Every quantum event might create an entirely new universe. This is known as the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. In this view, reality does not follow a single path. Instead, every possibility, every decision, every tiny fluctuation unfolds somewhere in its own branch of existence. Imagine that every choice you make, every action you take, creates a universe where things went differently. Perhaps in another world, a different path was chosen, a different outcome realized. Time, events, and lives could diverge endlessly, forming a vast tree of realities stretching beyond comprehension. Thinking in this way is both humbling and exhilarating. It suggests that reality is far more intricate than it seems, and that our universe may be only one branch among countless others. Each moment is alive with potential, and every possibility may exist somewhere in the endless expanse of the multiverse. In quantum physics, scientists speak of something called the universal wave function. It is the idea that all possible outcomes of every event are contained in one enormous, invisible structure that describes the entire universe. In this sense, reality is not a single story, but a vast ensemble of possibilities, all existing at once. Every flicker of a particle, every motion of energy, contributes to this wave function. Each possibility branches into a new potential reality, some almost like ours, others completely alien. The universe is, in a way, a living library of every outcome, every choice, and every path that could ever occur. Contemplating the universal wave function invites awe and curiosity. It hints at a cosmos far more complex than our senses can perceive, a hidden order where countless realities coexist quietly alongside the one we experience. It is a reminder that even the smallest events may ripple outward into infinite possibilities, creating worlds we may never see, but can imagine in our dreams. In the strange world of quantum physics, possibilities do not collide, they separate. This process, called quantum decoherence, allows different outcomes to branch into independent realities. One universe may contain one result, another universe a different one, each unfolding its own story without ever interfering with the others. Imagine a tree with endless branches. Every decision, every tiny particle's movement, grows a new branch, a new world. Some branches look almost like ours, with only subtle differences. Others are wildly alien, shaped by events and forces we cannot even imagine. Decoherence shows that the multiverse is not just a vague idea, but a natural consequence of how the quantum world works. Each moment carries the seeds of infinite possibilities, quietly splitting into countless realities, forming a hidden, ever-growing tapestry of worlds just beyond what we can see. Some scientists imagine that even separate universes might be connected in mysterious ways through quantum entanglement. In our universe, particles can become linked so that a change in one instantly affects the other, no matter the distance. Now, imagine this strange connection stretching across the invisible boundaries of entirely different worlds. In this vision, the multiverse is not just a collection of isolated realities. Universes could influence one another in subtle, unseen ways, sharing energy, patterns, or echoes of events. A change in one universe might ripple across others, silently shaping realities we can never observe. The thought is both humbling and inspiring. It suggests that the cosmos is deeply interconnected, beyond what our eyes or instruments can perceive. Every world, every possibility, might exist in harmony within a hidden structure of unimaginable complexity, reminding us that even the most distant realities may not be entirely separate from our own. Some thinkers have taken the idea of multiple worlds even further, proposing that every mathematical structure corresponds to a real universe. This is called the mathematical universe hypothesis. In other words, if something can exist mathematically, it exists somewhere as real as our own universe. Imagine a cosmos where every equation, every pattern, every possible structure unfolds into a living reality. Worlds exist not because we see them, but because the laws of mathematics allow them to. Some might be familiar, almost like ours, while others could be entirely alien, with forms and laws beyond human understanding. This idea stretches the imagination to its limits. Reality is no longer limited by space, time, or even our physical intuition. The multiverse could include every possible configuration of matter, energy, and logic, an endless landscape of worlds, quietly existing alongside our own, waiting for the mind to wander and explore. Some theories suggest that universes, even though separate, could be connected through the mysterious phenomenon of quantum entanglement. In our own universe, entangled particles respond to each other instantly, no matter the distance. Now imagine that same invisible thread linking entirely different worlds. In this vision, the multiverse is not simply a collection of isolated realities. Universes might influence one another subtly, sharing energy, patterns, or echoes of events. A ripple in one universe could, in principle, leave faint traces across another, shaping distant realities in ways we cannot detect. It is a humbling thought. Even worlds beyond our observation might be connected to ours in hidden, profound ways. Every choice, every fluctuation, every event in one universe may resonate in the quiet depths of countless others, hinting at a hidden harmony woven through the endless tapestry of existence. Some universes might exist with laws of physics entirely different from ours. Gravity could be weaker or stronger, light could bend in unusual ways, and fundamental forces might act in ways we cannot imagine. Even the simplest particles could behave differently, giving rise to worlds that feel completely alien. In these universes, life as we know it might be impossible, yet other forms of existence could thrive in ways beyond our comprehension. Mountains, oceans, stars, all might be shaped by principles entirely unfamiliar to us. Thinking about such worlds stretches the mind and inspires awe. It reminds us that our universe is just one possibility among countless others. Every rule we take for granted could be rewritten in a parallel reality, and each variation adds to the infinite richness of the multiverse. Some scientists imagine that black holes, those mysterious cosmic giants, might do more than swallow stars and light. They could give birth to entirely new universes. Deep within a black hole, space and time warp in ways we barely understand. Some theories suggest that the matter and energy inside could form the seeds of a new, independent cosmos. In this vision, black holes are not just endings, but beginnings, gateways to realities we cannot reach. Each one could hold a tiny, budding universe, growing silently, expanding in ways invisible to us. Perhaps our own universe was born from such a process, hidden within the depths of another cosmic structure. The idea is both humbling and inspiring. It suggests that creation may be happening constantly, beyond our perception, and that every corner of the cosmos could be a doorway to worlds unseen, waiting quietly to reveal their mysteries. Quantum mechanics shows us a universe alive with possibilities. Even the smallest events, the flick of a particle, the decay of an atom, can branch into countless outcomes. Each tiny fluctuation may give rise to a new reality, quietly forming worlds alongside our own. In this view, reality is not fixed or singular. Every moment contains the seeds of infinite possibilities, unfolding simultaneously in a vast, hidden multiverse. Some of these worlds may resemble ours closely, while others are unimaginably different, shaped by events and forces we cannot perceive. Thinking this way invites wonder. It suggests that the universe is far more intricate and mysterious than it appears, and that every decision, every chance, every motion carries the potential to create entire worlds. Realities that exist quietly, waiting to be discovered in thought and imagination. When we look at the night sky, we see stars, galaxies, and endless stretches of space. Yet what we can observe is only a tiny fraction of the total cosmos. Beyond the limits of our telescopes and instruments, there may be realms entirely invisible to us, vast regions of space that stretch endlessly, perhaps filled with galaxies, stars, and worlds unlike anything we know. Even our immense universe might be just a small part of a far greater structure. The limits of our vision remind us that reality is far larger than what we can see or measure. Each star we observe could be just a single spark in an unimaginable sea of cosmic wonders, hinting at a universe, or multiverse, far grander than we can comprehend. This thought encourages humility and awe. It reminds us that the cosmos is bigger than any human imagination, and that the universe we know is only one glimpse of an existence far more vast and mysterious. Some scientists imagine that our universe is just one bubble in an endless cosmic froth. This idea comes from eternal inflation, a theory suggesting that space itself continues to expand, creating new bubble universes endlessly. Each bubble forms its own cosmos, with its own laws of physics, its own history, and its own possibilities. In this vision, universes are constantly being born, drifting apart in the vastness of space. Our universe might be just one of an infinite collection, each one a unique realm quietly existing alongside countless others. Some might be almost like ours, familiar and life-friendly, while others are unimaginably alien. Thinking of the cosmos this way fills us with awe. It transforms our perspective, showing that the universe we know is not the whole story. Reality may be a never-ending sea of worlds, each bubble a universe with its own tale, quietly unfolding in the vast, infinite expanse. Some scientists speculate that these bubble universes might occasionally collide. When two universes touch, even briefly, they could leave subtle marks on each other, tiny ripples or patterns in the cosmic background that we might one day detect. Imagine the cosmos as a vast, endless ocean, with each universe a floating bubble. Sometimes, bubbles drift close enough to brush against one another. The effects would be gentle yet profound, hints of other realities touching ours in ways we cannot yet fully observe. These potential collisions remind us that our universe is not isolated. It is part of a larger, dynamic multiverse, where worlds may influence one another, and where the story of existence extends far beyond what we can see. Even if invisible, these interactions suggest a cosmos alive with connections, whispers of realities quietly interacting across unimaginable distances. In the grand cosmic landscape, our universe may be just one bubble among countless others. Each bubble is a universe of its own, with its own stars, galaxies, and perhaps even life. Some may resemble ours closely, while others are so alien that their very matter and energy behave in ways we cannot imagine. These bubbles drift silently through the infinite expanse, sometimes forming clusters, sometimes existing alone, each unfolding its story over eons of time. Our universe might feel immense and complete, but in the larger picture, it is only a tiny part of a vast, bubbling multiverse, where creation never ceases and possibilities stretch endlessly. The thought is both humbling and inspiring. It reminds us that reality is far bigger than we can see, and that for every choice, every chance, every spark of existence, there may be countless parallel worlds quietly expanding, waiting to be discovered in imagination and wonder. Some cosmologists propose that our universe is part of a vast multiverse, an immense collection of worlds beyond what we can see. In this vision, space itself is not limited to what we observe. It stretches endlessly, creating new universes in ways we are only beginning to understand. Each universe in the multiverse might have its own history, its own laws of physics, and its own cosmic stories unfolding over billions of years. Some may be familiar, almost like ours, while others could be completely alien, with matter, energy, and time behaving in ways that seem impossible. The multiverse transforms how we see our place in existence. It reminds us that our universe, as vast and beautiful as it is, may be just one part of a larger cosmic tapestry, a single story in an infinite collection of worlds, each quietly expanding, each quietly alive. Cosmic inflation, the rapid expansion of space just after the Big Bang, may not have been limited to our universe alone. Some scientists imagine that inflation continues elsewhere, creating new universes in an endless chain. Each of these universes could have its own stars, galaxies, and even laws of physics. In this view, our universe is just a small bubble in an ever-expanding cosmic sea, part of a multiverse that never stops growing. Every new universe adds another chapter to an endless story, a story we can only glimpse through mathematics and imagination. This idea reminds us that reality is larger than we can perceive. Our universe, with its familiar galaxies and stars, is only one expression of a process that may create infinite worlds, each unique and full of possibilities. Some theories suggest that every choice we make might create a new, parallel universe. In one reality, you take one path. In another, you take a different path. Every decision, no matter how small, could branch reality into countless possibilities. Imagine walking through life, and with every step, a new universe unfolds alongside ours, quietly growing and evolving. Some worlds may mirror ours closely, with tiny differences, while others diverge in ways that are completely unimaginable. Thinking this way changes how we see existence. It suggests that reality is not fixed but alive with endless potential, where every possibility may exist somewhere. Even the smallest choice could ripple outward, creating a universe we may never see, yet one that is just as real as our own. Some scientists and thinkers imagine mirror worlds, universes that reflect ours, yet differ in subtle or profound ways. In such worlds, familiar places, people, or events may appear, but something is always slightly altered. Perhaps a star shines in a different color, or a choice you made in life took a different path, creating a reality that feels both familiar and strange. Mirror worlds remind us that reality may not be singular. For every version of our universe, countless others could exist, each with its own history and unique unfolding. Even if these worlds are invisible to us, the idea invites us to imagine the infinite ways existence can take shape. This vision inspires wonder and humility. It suggests that our universe is one reflection among endless possibilities, and that somewhere, beyond what we can see, other realities quietly unfold, echoing the lives and choices of our own. In some multiverse theories, every possible version of you exists somewhere. Every choice you didn't make, every path you didn't take, could have created a reality where another you lives that life. Perhaps in one universe you became a traveler exploring distant planets, in another you stayed home, and in another you did something completely unimaginable. The idea is both humbling and magical. It suggests that existence is not limited to a single story or a single self. Every moment carries the potential to create infinite versions of reality, each as real as the one we inhabit. Thinking about these infinite copies can fill the imagination with wonder. It is a reminder that life, choices, and reality itself may be far larger and more mysterious than we can ever fully see. A universe of possibilities quietly waiting for the mind to explore. Some universes might share the same matter and energy as ours, yet have completely different histories. Perhaps in one universe, dinosaurs never went extinct. In another, humans evolved in a world where the continents formed differently. Entire worlds could unfold with events diverging in countless ways from what we know. These alternate histories show that reality is not fixed. Every twist of fate, every natural event, could branch into a new universe where history itself takes a different path. Mountains rise, rivers flow, and civilizations emerge in patterns that may mirror ours or seem completely alien. Thinking about these worlds invites awe. It reminds us that our universe is just one version of reality, and that somewhere, in realms beyond our sight, countless other histories quietly unfold, each telling a story of what could have been. Some universes might exist with entirely different physical laws. In these worlds, gravity could pull in strange directions, light might bend unexpectedly, or time could flow differently than we know. Even the building blocks of matter might behave in ways that seem impossible to us. In such realities, stars, planets, and life itself could take forms beyond imagination. Mountains might float, oceans could shimmer in unusual colors, and creatures may exist in ways we cannot comprehend. Each universe would be a unique creation, its own story unfolding in the vast multiverse. Thinking of these possibilities reminds us of the vastness and richness of existence. Our universe, as incredible as it is, may be only one among an infinite variety, and each variation adds to the endless mystery and beauty of reality. Some universes may contain landscapes so strange and beautiful that they defy all earthly comparisons. Mountains could twist into impossible shapes. Rivers of glowing energy might flow across alien skies, and skies themselves could shimmer with colors we cannot even name. These cosmic realms remind us that reality is far more varied and wondrous than our senses suggest. The universe we see is only a tiny glimpse of what might exist. Beyond our view, countless worlds could flourish, each with its own beauty, mystery, and life, quietly evolving across unimaginable distances and timescales. Thinking of these hidden landscapes fills the mind with awe and imagination. It invites us to dream, to explore mentally, and to embrace the endless possibilities of the multiverse. A place where even the laws of nature can be reshaped into something entirely new. Some universes might host life unlike anything we know. In worlds with different physical laws, life could take forms completely alien, floating creatures, beings made of energy, or civilizations built from materials beyond our imagination. These possibilities remind us that life is not limited to what we see on Earth. Across the multiverse, countless forms of existence could thrive, each adapted to its own universe, its own rules, and its own environment. Some life might mirror familiar patterns, while other forms could be so strange that they challenge the very definitions of living things. Thinking of life beyond our universe invites awe and curiosity. It reminds us that existence is rich, diverse, and full of mystery. Somewhere, in the hidden reaches of the multiverse, life may flourish quietly, waiting for imagination to reach across the cosmic distances that separate us. In some universes, time itself might behave in ways completely unlike what we experience. It could flow faster or slower, loop in cycles, or even move backward. Moments that seem fleeting in our world could stretch into eons, or centuries might pass in the blink of an eye. In such realms, the rhythm of life, the evolution of stars, and the unfolding of events would feel entirely alien. History could spiral in unexpected patterns, and civilizations might rise and fall in ways that defy our understanding. Imagining these worlds reminds us that our sense of time is not universal. Across the multiverse, the very fabric of reality could be endlessly varied, inviting us to dream of possibilities that stretch far beyond the limits of our imagination. Time itself becomes a canvas for the infinite creativity of the cosmos. Some universes may have more or fewer dimensions than our own. Imagine worlds where space is not limited to 3 dimensions, or where hidden dimensions weave through reality, unseen but shaping the cosmos. In these realms, movement, shapes, and distances could behave in ways that seem impossible to us. A being in such a universe might perceive reality in ways we cannot even imagine. Paths could twist through dimensions we cannot see, and what seems close might actually be far away. The very structure of existence would be fundamentally different, giving rise to landscapes, skies, and life forms that are utterly alien. These ideas stretch the imagination. They remind us that our universe, with its familiar dimensions, is only one of countless possibilities. Across the multiverse, reality itself can take on infinite forms, each as real and intricate as the world we know. The multiverse may not be a random jumble of worlds, but a vast, intricate landscape. Each universe is like a point on a cosmic map, with some worlds clustered closely together and others drifting alone in the endless expanse of possibility. Some regions might be calm and orderly, with laws of physics similar to ours, while others are chaotic, filled with worlds where reality bends and twists in ways we cannot imagine. This hidden terrain stretches beyond what we can see, a terrain where every choice, every physical law, and every quantum event creates new points on the map of existence. Imagining this landscape reminds us of the richness of reality. Our universe is only one location among an endless sea of possibilities, each world quietly growing and evolving, waiting for the mind to explore its mysteries. Some universes might have chemistry completely unlike ours. Elements we know, hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, might not exist, or they might behave in ways we cannot imagine. Molecules could form in strange patterns, creating matter and life that are entirely alien to us. In such worlds, mountains, oceans, and skies might shimmer in colors and forms we cannot even conceive. Life itself could exist in ways that challenge our understanding, adapting to chemical rules beyond our experience. Thinking of these possibilities fills the mind with wonder. It reminds us that our universe, with its familiar atoms and molecules, is only one way for matter to organize. Across the multiverse, countless realities may exist, each with its own chemistry, each quietly alive with its own forms of matter, energy, and perhaps life. Some universes might have stars very different from the ones we know. They could shine in colors beyond our imagination, burn hotter or cooler, or exist in strange patterns across alien skies. Some might flicker unpredictably, while others glow with a steady, eternal light. These stars would shape the worlds around them, creating landscapes and climates unlike anything on Earth. Their light could paint skies in colors we cannot name, and their gravity might form planets and galaxies in unfamiliar ways. Thinking of these worlds fills us with awe. It reminds us that the cosmos is far larger and stranger than we can see, and that our universe, with its familiar suns and galaxies, may be just one of countless possibilities in the infinite expanse of the multiverse. Some universes might have galaxies that are unlike anything we know. They could swirl in shapes never seen before, spirals that twist in impossible patterns, clusters of stars forming geometric arrangements, or clouds of light that defy the imagination. These galaxies would create entirely new cosmic landscapes. Planets might orbit in unusual ways, stars might shine with colors unknown to us, and the sky could be a canvas of patterns that seem almost alive. Thinking of these universes reminds us that our galaxy, as magnificent as it is, may be only one form among countless variations. Across the multiverse, entire cosmic systems could exist, each uniquely shaped, each quietly unfolding in its own story beyond what we can observe. Some universes might host planets that are unlike anything we know. Some could be enormous gas giants with shimmering, multicolored storms, while others might be tiny, rocky worlds spinning close to strange suns. Some planets might float in darkness, warmed by no star at all, while others orbit multiple suns, bathing in alien light. These worlds could host landscapes and ecosystems beyond imagination. Mountains carved from crystal, oceans of liquid metals, skies glowing with unfamiliar colors. Life, if it exists there, might be entirely unlike anything we recognize, adapting to the planet's unique conditions. Thinking of these planets reminds us of the incredible variety possible across the multiverse. Our Earth, with its blue oceans and green forests, is only one of countless possibilities, and somewhere in the infinite expanse, other worlds quietly exist, each with its own story unfolding. Some universes may host life that is completely alien to our imagination. Creatures might exist without carbon, without water, or without bodies as we know them. Life could take forms of pure energy, shifting clouds, or structures that challenge everything we think is possible. Civilizations in such worlds might build cities of light, communicate through vibrations or colors, and experience time in ways unimaginable to us. Even the very concept of living could be entirely different from what we understand. Thinking of these possibilities fills the mind with wonder. It reminds us that life is not limited to the patterns we know. Across the multiverse, countless forms of existence could thrive quietly, each adapted to its universe, each adding to the infinite mystery and beauty of reality. Some universes might host civilizations beyond anything we can imagine. They could be ancient beyond measure, built on principles of science, art, or life that are completely alien to us. Cities might float in the skies, and societies could communicate in colors, energy patterns, or thoughts rather than words. These civilizations might understand the universe in ways we cannot even dream of. Their knowledge of physics, life, and time could be far beyond ours, shaping worlds in ways that feel magical to us. Thinking of these civilizations reminds us of the endless possibilities for life and intelligence across the multiverse. Our own history, culture, and society are just one expression of existence. Somewhere, far beyond our sight, other realities quietly thrive, filled with beings and stories as real as our own, yet entirely different. Some universes might follow rules of physics that are completely alien to us. Imagine a world where gravity pushes instead of pulls, where light moves unpredictably, or where energy can take shapes we cannot perceive. In these realities, stars, planets, and life would form in ways beyond human comprehension. Mountains could float, oceans might shimmer in impossible colors, and entire landscapes could bend and twist in ways that defy logic. Thinking about these universes reminds us that our reality is just one way the cosmos can exist. The multiverse may contain an infinite variety of physical laws, each creating worlds both familiar and utterly alien, quietly unfolding beyond what we can see. Some universes might experience time in ways completely unlike ours. Time could flow in loops, reverse direction, or move in waves instead of steadily forward. In such worlds, events might repeat, histories could overlap, and the past and future might exist side by side. Civilizations in these universes could perceive existence in ways unimaginable to us. A single moment might stretch into centuries, or entire eons could pass in the blink of an eye. Life, change, and history would unfold according to rhythms we cannot comprehend. Imagining these universes reminds us of the endless possibilities of reality. Time itself, one of the pillars of our understanding, may take infinite forms, each shaping worlds, events, and lives in ways both wondrous and mysterious. Some universes might be infinite, stretching endlessly in every direction. In these realms, space never ends, stars keep forming, and worlds continue to unfold forever. Even the tiniest corner of such a universe could contain an unimaginable number of galaxies, planets, and possibilities. In an infinite universe, every pattern, every event, every possibility could repeat somewhere, though never exactly the same. Entire civilizations, landscapes, and histories could exist countless times, each quietly evolving in its own unique way. Thinking of endless universes fills the mind with awe. It reminds us that the cosmos may be far larger than we can see, that reality may stretch beyond comprehension, and that the multiverse could hold infinite worlds, each as real as our own, waiting to be imagined. Some universes may have more or fewer dimensions than our own. Imagine a world where space itself twists in ways we cannot perceive, or where extra dimensions fold invisibly, shaping reality in mysterious ways. In such universes, distances, shapes, and movement would behave in ways completely unfamiliar. What seems near might be far, paths could loop in impossible directions, and entire landscapes might exist in forms we cannot even imagine. Thinking about these possibilities stretches the imagination. Our three-dimensional universe is only one way for reality to exist. Across the multiverse, countless worlds may unfold in dimensions beyond our understanding, each uniquely shaped, each quietly alive. Some universes may evolve in ways completely different from our own. Stars might burn longer or shorter, galaxies could form in strange patterns, and life, if it exists, could follow entirely unfamiliar paths. Civilizations in these worlds might develop under unique physical laws, adapting in ways that seem impossible to us. Their histories, cultures, and technologies could unfold along timelines that are entirely alien, shaped by forces and possibilities beyond our understanding. Thinking about these universes reminds us of the vastness and creativity of reality. Our universe is just one expression of existence. Across the multiverse, countless other worlds quietly evolve, each telling its own story in the infinite expanse of possibility. Some universes might contain forms of energy completely unknown to us. Perhaps there are forces that bend matter in strange ways, or energies that flow like rivers across space, shaping worlds and life in ways we cannot imagine. In such realities, stars, planets, and even living beings could exist in forms beyond our comprehension. The universe itself could pulse with unseen currents, creating landscapes and events that seem magical from our perspective. Thinking about these possibilities reminds us of the vastness of creation. Our universe, with its familiar energies and forces, may be only one expression of what is possible. Across the multiverse, countless worlds may hum with unique energies, quietly existing and evolving in ways we can only dream of. Some universes might be so strange that reality itself is fluid, shifting, and changing in ways that seem impossible. Matter could change form spontaneously, landscapes might flow like water, and even the laws of physics could bend unpredictably. In these worlds, nothing is fixed. Mountains could rise and fall in moments, oceans could shimmer and reshape themselves, and life might adapt instantly to ever-changing conditions. Existence itself could feel like a dream, where the familiar becomes unfamiliar in an instant. Thinking of such universes invites wonder and imagination. It reminds us that our reality is only one way for the cosmos to exist, and that across the multiverse, there may be realms where the very fabric of existence dances in endless, beautiful variation. Some universes might exist in ways completely beyond what we can perceive. Their stars, planets, and life forms could be made of matter or energy invisible to us, detectable only by imagination or the most abstract mathematics. These worlds might follow rules that are completely alien. Space, time, and energy could behave differently, creating realities that are entirely separate from our own. Even if we cannot see or touch them, these universes may be as real as the one we inhabit, quietly evolving in their own ways. Thinking of such realms reminds us of the limits of human perception. Our universe, with all its beauty and complexity, may be only a small window into a vast multiverse, where countless worlds exist beyond our senses, waiting to be imagined. Some universes may have beginnings and endings very different from ours. While our universe started with the Big Bang, and may one day face a heat death or collapse, other worlds might emerge from entirely different processes and dissolve in ways we cannot imagine. Perhaps some universes are eternal, without a beginning or end. Others might cycle endlessly, expanding and contracting in repeating patterns. Each universe could have its own rhythm of creation and decay, a story of existence that unfolds on scales beyond human comprehension. Thinking about these possibilities inspires awe. It reminds us that the cosmos is full of variety, that even time and existence itself can take countless forms, and that our universe is just one version of a far grander, more mysterious multiverse. Some scientists and thinkers imagine universes that are mirrors of our own. In these worlds, everything is almost the same, yet subtly different. Perhaps a single choice was made differently, or an event unfolded in another way, creating a reality that feels familiar, yet strange. These mirror universes remind us that reality, may not be singular. For every moment, every decision, countless alternate versions of our universe could exist, each quietly unfolding its own story. Some differences are tiny, like the shape of a cloud or the color of a star, while others could be vast, changing the very course of history. Thinking about mirror worlds invites wonder and imagination. It shows us that the universe we know is only one version of many, and somewhere beyond our perception, countless realities quietly exist, echoing our own in surprising and mysterious ways. Some universes might have shapes and geometries completely different from ours. Space could be curved in ways we cannot perceive, fold in on itself, or stretch infinitely in unexpected directions. Distances, angles, and shapes might behave in ways that seem impossible to us. In such worlds, planets and stars could form in patterns beyond imagination. Travel through space might feel surreal, with directions and distances bending, twisting, and looping in ways our minds struggle to grasp. Reality itself could feel like a living puzzle, full of hidden structures and astonishing forms. Thinking about these universes reminds us that space is not limited to what we know. Across the multiverse, there may be endless realms with geometries so strange and beautiful that they challenge everything we understand about the cosmos. Some universes may have physical constants unlike ours, the numbers that govern how gravity, electromagnetism, or nuclear forces work. Even tiny changes in these constants could create worlds dramatically different from our own. Perhaps stars burn too quickly to form life, or atoms cannot bond to form molecules. Maybe gravity is too weak to hold galaxies together, or so strong that planets crush under their own weight. Each set of constants shapes an entirely unique cosmos, with rules and patterns beyond our imagination. Thinking of these universes reminds us that our world exists under a delicate balance of forces. Across the multiverse, countless variations are possible, each creating a universe with its own story, landscapes, and possibilities, quietly existing in the vastness of reality. Some universes might be so alien that nothing in them resembles what we know. Stars, planets, and life could exist in forms beyond our imagination, and the very rules of reality could be unrecognizable. In these worlds, matter might behave like fluid light, time could twist and fold, and landscapes might defy all logic. Life, if it exists, could communicate in ways we cannot perceive, think in patterns beyond human understanding, or exist in dimensions we cannot see. Thinking about such universes reminds us how small and familiar our own reality is in comparison. The multiverse may contain realms so different, so astonishing, that they challenge everything we assume about existence, inviting endless wonder and imagination. Some universes might contain endless possibilities, where every event, choice, and outcome branches into countless paths. In these worlds, reality is not fixed. It flows like a river, continuously creating new possibilities and new worlds. Civilizations, landscapes, and stars could evolve in infinite variations, each subtly different from the others. Even small changes, a single decision, a tiny fluctuation, could ripple outward, shaping entire universes in ways impossible to predict. Thinking about these possibilities fills the imagination with awe. It reminds us that our universe, as vast and complex as it is, may be only one expression of reality, and that across the multiverse, countless worlds quietly exist, each full of potential and wonder. Some theories suggest that universes may reflect every choice made, no matter how small. In one reality, a decision you made leads to one outcome. In another, a different choice creates a parallel path. Each choice might ripple outward, forming a new universe where events unfold differently. Imagine a vast tapestry of existence, where every moment generates countless worlds, each quietly growing alongside ours. Some might mirror our own closely, while others diverge in surprising and unimaginable ways. Thinking this way reminds us that reality is full of possibilities. Every decision, every chance, every action could create a universe as real as the one we inhabit, quietly existing in the infinite expanse of the multiverse. Some universes may exist completely beyond our ability to observe. Their stars, planets, and events might be entirely invisible to us, detectable only through abstract mathematics or imagination. In these realms, reality could operate under rules so different that even the concept of seeing or measuring may not apply. Events might unfold in ways we cannot track, yet they continue, quietly existing alongside the universe we know. Thinking about these hidden worlds reminds us of the limits of human perception. Our universe, with all its wonders, may be only a tiny window into a vast multiverse, filled with realities that exist beyond the reach of our senses, waiting to be imagined. Some universes may unfold in ways completely different from ours. Stars might burn longer or shorter, galaxies could form in unique patterns, and life, if it exists, could develop along paths we cannot imagine. Time itself might behave strangely, flowing faster, slower, or in cycles that repeat. Civilizations, landscapes, and entire histories could evolve in ways that seem impossible to us, yet follow their own consistent rules. Thinking about these possibilities reminds us that our universe is only one version of reality. Across the multiverse, countless worlds quietly evolve, each following its own rhythm, each creating stories of existence that are as real as our own, yet entirely alien. Some universes might have begun in ways completely unlike our own Big Bang. Perhaps they emerged from different processes, or even from the collapse of other universes, creating unique beginnings that shaped everything that followed. These alternative origins could produce worlds with entirely different laws, structures, and possibilities. Galaxies, stars, and planets might form in unfamiliar patterns, and life, if it exists, could evolve under conditions we cannot imagine. Thinking of these universes reminds us that creation itself can take countless forms. Our universe is only one story in the infinite expanse of the multiverse, a single beginning among endless possibilities, each quietly unfolding its own unique reality. Some universes might operate under completely different rules of quantum mechanics. Particles could behave in ways that seem impossible to us. Probabilities might shift unpredictably, and the outcomes of events could follow patterns beyond our understanding. In such worlds, even the tiniest changes could create vast differences over time. Stars, planets, and life could emerge in forms unimaginable, and civilizations might develop along paths that challenge everything we know about reality. Thinking about these quantum variations fills the imagination with wonder. Our universe, with its familiar patterns of cause and effect, is only one possibility. Across the multiverse, countless other realities may unfold, each shaped by its own quantum rules, quietly existing alongside ours. Some universes might repeat patterns of events, matter, or energy in ways that seem familiar, yet are subtly different. Galaxies, stars, or even entire civilizations might echo shapes or histories from other worlds, creating a cosmic rhythm across the multiverse. In these universes, familiar patterns may arise in surprising contexts. A star might shine like one in our sky, a planet might mirror the Earth, or a civilization could evolve in ways that feel strangely recognizable. Yet everything remains distinct, following its own rules. Thinking about repeating patterns reminds us that the cosmos may have hidden symmetries, connections, and echoes. Our universe is just one part of a larger, endlessly intricate multiverse, where repetition and variation coexist in quiet harmony. Some theories suggest that universes might share information in subtle ways. Tiny influences from one world could ripple into another, leaving hidden traces that quietly shape events, patterns, or energy flows. Imagine universes as threads in a vast cosmic tapestry. Though each thread is independent, faint connections may exist, linking worlds in ways we cannot perceive. A change in one universe might leave echoes in another, imperceptible but real, hinting at hidden harmony across the multiverse. Thinking about these connections fills the imagination with wonder. Even worlds beyond our observation may influence each other in subtle ways, suggesting that reality is a vast, intertwined network of possibilities, far larger than what we can see. Some scientists imagine that black holes, those mysterious cosmic giants, might not only consume matter, but also give birth to entirely new universes. Deep within their gravity wells, matter could collapse and expand into separate realms, forming worlds with their own laws and histories. In this vision, black holes are not just endings, they are beginnings, gateways to new realities. Perhaps our own universe emerged from a black hole in another cosmos, a tiny bubble of creation hidden in the depths of a parent universe. Thinking of universes born from black holes inspires awe. It suggests that creation is continuous, happening quietly in ways we cannot perceive, and that every black hole could hold the seed of a universe waiting to grow and evolve beyond our imagination. Some universes may host life that evolves in completely unexpected ways, without the same chemistry or physical laws as ours. Organisms might not resemble anything we know. They could be made of energy, float through space, or exist in dimensions invisible to us. Civilizations in these worlds might develop intelligence, culture, and technology along paths we cannot imagine. Life could adapt instantly to changing conditions, or thrive in extreme environments that would be hostile in our universe. Thinking about such possibilities fills the mind with wonder. It reminds us that life is not limited to earthly patterns, and that across the multiverse, countless forms of existence may quietly flourish, each uniquely shaped by the rules of its universe. Some universes, might have a speed of light very different from ours. Light could travel faster, slower, or in strange ways that bend and twist through space. This would affect how stars shine, how planets form, and even how life evolves. In such worlds, skies could glow with unfamiliar patterns, and distances between stars might feel entirely different. Time and perception could be altered, creating realities that feel alien yet entirely real to those who live there. Thinking of these universes reminds us how delicately balanced our own world is. Across the multiverse, countless realities may exist where fundamental constants like the speed of light shape worlds in endlessly varied and wondrous ways. Some universes might have gravity that is stronger or weaker than ours. In worlds with stronger gravity, mountains and planets could collapse under their own weight, while weaker gravity might let structures float or grow to unimaginable sizes. This difference would affect everything: how stars form, how planets hold together, and even how life evolves. Creatures might be tiny and agile in strong gravity, or enormous and slow-moving in weaker fields. Entire landscapes could defy what we think is possible. Thinking about these universes fills the imagination with awe. Gravity shapes reality itself, and by changing it, entire worlds take on new forms, reminding us that our universe is just one of countless possibilities in the infinite multiverse. Some universes might have atoms that are completely different from ours. The building blocks of matter, protons, neutrons, electrons, could behave in ways we cannot imagine, forming molecules and materials entirely alien to us. In such worlds, mountains, oceans, and even life could take forms beyond our comprehension. Planets might shimmer with colors we cannot name, and life could exist in ways that defy the laws we understand. Thinking about these universes reminds us that matter itself is not fixed. Across the multiverse, countless realities may exist with their own unique forms of matter, each quietly evolving its own worlds and stories, as real as our own. Some universes might have stars and galaxies that are completely unfamiliar. Stars could shine in colors beyond human perception, flicker unpredictably, or burn in patterns we cannot imagine. Galaxies might swirl in impossible shapes, forming cosmic structures beyond our comprehension. These differences would create entirely new cosmic landscapes. Planets might orbit in strange configurations, skies could glow with alien lights, and the rhythm of day and night might be unrecognizable. Thinking about these universes fills us with awe. Our universe, as magnificent as it is, may be only one expression of countless cosmic possibilities, each quietly evolving in the endless expanse of the multiverse. Some universes might have space that behaves in ways completely alien. It could stretch, fold, or twist unpredictably, creating landscapes and distances that defy our understanding. What seems close might actually be far, and paths might loop back in ways that feel impossible. In these worlds, travel, light, and even the shape of planets and stars could be strange and wondrous. Galaxies might float in patterns we cannot imagine, and the very fabric of existence would be dynamic and alive. Thinking about these universes reminds us that space itself is not fixed. Across the multiverse, countless realities may exist, each with its own geometry, its own cosmic rhythm, and its own story quietly unfolding. Some universes might host life with completely different biological structures. Creatures could exist without bones, blood, or even cells. They might be made of energy, light, or matter that shifts and flows in ways we cannot perceive. In these worlds, ecosystems would evolve in ways entirely alien. Life might adapt instantly to environmental changes, communicate through vibrations or colors, and survive in conditions that would be impossible in our universe. Thinking about alternate biologies fills the imagination with awe. It reminds us that life is not limited to what we know, and that across the multiverse, countless forms of existence may quietly flourish, each shaped by its universe's unique rules. Some universes might host beings that perceive reality in ways we cannot imagine. Instead of seeing light, they might sense energy fields, vibrations, or dimensions beyond our comprehension. Instead of hearing sound, they could detect patterns of gravity or fluctuations in time itself. In these worlds, perception would shape existence in ways we cannot fully grasp. Creatures might experience colors we cannot name, landscapes that shift with thought, or interactions that are beyond human logic. Communication, understanding, and even consciousness could unfold in forms utterly alien to us. Thinking of these universes expands the mind. It reminds us that reality is far broader than human experience, and that across the multiverse, life may perceive and interact with existence in ways we can only dream about, each reality uniquely alive and full of wonder. Some universes might have laws of physics that are not constant but shift and change over time. Gravity, light, and energy could behave differently from one moment to the next, creating worlds that transform in ways both subtle and dramatic. In these realities, landscapes could ripple and flow like liquid, mountains might rise and fall in moments, and rivers of energy could dance across alien skies. Life itself, if it exists, would need to adapt constantly, evolving forms that respond instantly to the changing rules of reality. Thinking about these shifting laws fills the imagination with awe. It reminds us that our universe, with its steady rules, is only one way for existence to unfold. Across the multiverse, countless worlds may exist where reality itself is alive, unpredictable, and endlessly fascinating, each quietly telling its own story. Some universes might experience time in infinite ways. Instead of flowing in one direction, time could branch endlessly, loop back on itself, or stretch into multiple parallel streams. In such worlds, events may repeat, histories might overlap, and futures could exist alongside the past. Civilizations in these universes could perceive existence in ways we cannot imagine. A single moment could last an eternity, or centuries might pass in the blink of an eye. Life itself would adapt to these infinite flows, experiencing reality as a rich tapestry of moments all coexisting at once. Thinking about these universes expands our sense of possibility. It reminds us that time is not absolute, and that across the multiverse, countless realities may unfold in rhythms and patterns far stranger than our minds can fully grasp, each alive with its own story. Some theories suggest that in certain universes, consciousness itself might influence the very fabric of reality. Thoughts, decisions, or intentions could ripple outward, shaping worlds, landscapes, and events in ways that seem magical to us. In these realms, life forms might perceive a direct connection between mind and matter. Mountains could rise with thought, rivers could change direction with intention, and civilizations might evolve through collective awareness, rather than mere physical laws. Thinking about these possibilities is awe-inspiring. It reminds us that consciousness may be more powerful and mysterious than we realize, and that across the multiverse, there may be worlds where mind and matter are entwined in ways we can barely imagine, quietly crafting realities as vivid and complex as our own. Some universes might have energy that moves in ways completely unlike our own. Currents of heat, light, or other forces could flow like rivers through space, shaping stars, planets, and life in ways we cannot imagine. In these worlds, landscapes might shimmer with streams of visible energy, skies could pulse with vibrant colors, and creatures could draw sustenance from currents rather than food. Even the passage of time could be influenced by the flow of these energies, creating realities that feel alive and ever-changing. Thinking about these universes expands our imagination. It reminds us that the cosmos is not fixed, and that energy itself can take infinite forms. Across the multiverse, countless worlds may quietly exist each. Some universes might exist where space and time are not separate, but intricately woven together. Distances and durations could shift depending on location, movement, or even thought, creating worlds that feel fluid and alive. In these realms, a journey across a planet might take minutes in one place, but centuries in another. Stars and galaxies might drift through time as well as space, creating skies that are ever-changing and landscapes that morph before one's eyes. Thinking about these universes stretches the imagination. It reminds us that our understanding of space and time is only one possibility. Across the multiverse, countless realities may unfold where existence flows in patterns far stranger and more beautiful than we can perceive, each quietly telling its own story. Some theories suggest that universes might be born from other universes, like bubbles forming on the surface of a cosmic ocean. Each new universe could inherit certain traits from its parent, while diverging in completely unexpected ways. In these worlds, creation is a continuous process. Galaxies, stars, and planets emerge anew, forming realities that are both connected to and separate from their origin. Life, if it arises, might evolve along paths shaped by inherited rules, yet develop forms and societies utterly alien to us. Thinking about these offspring universes inspires wonder. It reminds us that reality is not static. Existence can grow, branch, and multiply endlessly, creating an infinite family of worlds, each quietly unfolding its own story across the vast multiverse. Some universes might include dimensions we cannot even perceive. Beyond the familiar three of space and one of time, entire realms could exist, layered and intertwined, shaping reality in ways that are invisible yet powerful. In these worlds, life and matter might occupy dimensions unknown to us. Travel, movement, and interaction could happen across planes we cannot detect, creating experiences and landscapes that are utterly alien. Even the concept of place could be unrecognizable. Thinking about these alternate dimensions stretches the imagination. It reminds us that reality may be far richer than we sense, and that across the multiverse, countless hidden realms may quietly exist, each adding depth, mystery, and infinite possibilities to existence. Some universes might exist where reality itself is flexible, bending and reshaping in ways that are almost magical. Mountains could grow and shrink, oceans could shift their course at will, and entire landscapes might flow like liquid. The very rules of cause and effect might be fluid, allowing worlds to transform in ways that feel impossible to us. In such realities, life would need to adapt constantly. Creatures might change shape or form to survive. Ecosystems could evolve in moments, and civilizations might thrive or collapse according to patterns we cannot comprehend. Even the sky above could ripple with unseen currents, painting each day with unpredictable wonders. Thinking about these universes is both humbling and exhilarating. It reminds us that our understanding of reality is just one version of countless possibilities. Across the multiverse, there may be worlds where existence itself dances, shifts, and flows, each quietly telling a story of unimaginable creativity and beauty. Some universes might contain life in forms far beyond our imagination. Without the same chemistry or physical laws, organisms could exist as energy, light, or patterns that shift and flow through dimensions invisible to us. Civilizations in these worlds could communicate through color, soundless vibrations, or even direct thought. Ecosystems might change instantaneously, adapting to shifting environments, while creatures evolve in ways that seem impossible in our universe. Stars, oceans, and landscapes might even interact with life, responding to its presence and shaping evolution in real time. Thinking about these universes stretches the mind. It reminds us that life is not confined to earthly patterns, and across the multiverse, countless realities may flourish quietly, each hosting existence that is vibrant, diverse, and full of stories we can barely imagine. Some universes might have regions where the laws of physics shift from place to place. Gravity could pull differently on one planet, while light behaves strangely on another. Energy might flow unpredictably, and matter could form unusual shapes or states depending on location. In these realities, landscapes and life would adapt to local rules. A mountain might float in one region, while oceans ripple in patterns unseen elsewhere. Creatures could thrive in ways impossible in other parts of the same universe, and civilizations might learn to navigate or even harness these changes to survive and flourish. Thinking about these universes reminds us how delicately balanced our own reality is. Across the multiverse, countless worlds may exist with local rules and exceptions, creating a cosmos that is endlessly varied, astonishing, and alive with potential. Some universes might experience time in loops, where events repeat endlessly or slightly differently each cycle. In these worlds, history could overlap, civilizations might rise and fall in recurring patterns, and even life itself could relive moments in variations beyond our understanding. Imagine a planet where a single day could stretch into centuries, or where entire civilizations experience the same events repeatedly, learning, evolving, or even forgetting with each loop. Life would adapt to this rhythm, developing resilience, memory, and creativity in ways unimaginable to us. Thinking about these universes reminds us that time is not always linear. Across the multiverse, realities may exist where past, present, and future intertwine, creating endless possibilities for existence, growth, and discovery, each quietly unfolding in its own mysterious pattern. Some universes might contain matter that is completely unlike anything we know. Atoms could be arranged differently, molecules might form in strange ways, and entire landscapes could be built from materials that seem impossible to us. In these worlds, mountains might shimmer with unknown elements, oceans could flow with substances we cannot touch or drink, and life, if it exists, might be composed of forms that defy our understanding of biology. Creatures could exist as flowing energy, crystalline structures, or shapes that shift through dimensions unseen by us. Thinking about these universes stretches the imagination. It reminds us that our familiar matter is only one possibility, and across the multiverse, countless worlds may quietly exist with substances, structures, and forms of life utterly alien, yet just as real as our own. Some universes might host consciousness that develops in ways we cannot imagine. Minds could be collective, shared among entire species, or exist independently of physical bodies. Awareness might flow through energy, dimensions, or even the fabric of space itself. In these worlds, civilizations could communicate without words, experience emotions as colors or vibrations, and perceive reality on levels far beyond human understanding. Life itself could be shaped by thought and perception, evolving in harmony with the universe rather than merely surviving within it. Thinking about these possibilities expands our sense of wonder. It reminds us that consciousness is not fixed, and across the multiverse, countless forms of awareness may quietly flourish, each perceiving and interacting with existence in ways as real and vivid as our own, yet entirely alien. Some universes might exist in layers, with multiple realities stacked or intertwined within each other. One layer could be like our own universe, while others overlap in ways invisible and inaccessible to us, influencing events subtly or profoundly. In these worlds, what we perceive as a single event could be shaped by layers we cannot see. A star might shine differently depending on hidden dimensions. Life might interact with multiple layers simultaneously, and civilizations could develop technologies or abilities that tap into these unseen realms. Thinking about layered universes expands our imagination. It reminds us that reality may be far more complex than it seems, with countless overlapping worlds quietly coexisting, each adding depth, mystery, and endless possibilities to the multiverse. Some universes might have energy as the primary force shaping life and matter. Instead of solid forms, beings could exist as flowing patterns of light, electricity, or other unknown energies, constantly shifting and adapting to their surroundings. In these worlds, landscapes might be alive with energy currents, stars could pulse with lifelike rhythms, and entire civilizations could exist as vast networks of interconnected energy forms. Life would not only adapt to its environment, it could actively interact with it, shaping and being shaped by the flow of energy around it. Thinking about these universes stretches our imagination. It reminds us that life is not limited to matter as we know it. Across the multiverse, countless realities may thrive where energy itself is life, quietly weaving worlds of astonishing beauty and complexity. Some universes might be so flexible that reality itself adapts to the beings within it. Mountains, oceans, and skies could shift to accommodate life, responding to its needs, movements, or intentions. Even the laws of physics might bend locally to allow survival and growth in extraordinary ways. In these worlds, ecosystems could transform in real time, creating habitats perfectly suited to each organism. Civilizations might harness this adaptability, shaping entire planets with thought or collaboration. Life and reality would be entwined, evolving together in a dynamic dance of cause, effect, and possibility. Thinking about such universes inspires awe. It reminds us that our fixed, predictable reality is only one possibility, and across the multiverse, there may exist worlds where life and existence are intimately connected, each quietly shaping the other in ways we can barely imagine. Some universes might exist where creation itself is endless, where stars, planets, and life forms continually emerge in new and unpredictable ways. Landscapes could shift like living paintings, oceans might sparkle with ever-changing colors, and skies could dance with patterns of light beyond our imagination. In these worlds, life might be equally inventive, adapting to constant change, and thriving in environments that evolve continuously. Civilizations could invent technologies, arts, and ideas in ways that seem impossible, constantly reshaping the reality around them. Thinking about such universes reminds us of the boundless possibilities of existence. Our cosmos, magnificent as it is, may be only one form of creativity among countless, with the multiverse quietly overflowing with worlds that surprise, inspire, and astonish beyond measure. Some universes might be filled with infinite stories, where every possible event, every decision, and every moment unfolds in countless ways. In such worlds, history could branch endlessly, creating realities where every choice creates a new path, a new narrative, a new life. Civilizations might rise and fall countless times. Stars and planets could form, evolve, and dissolve repeatedly, and life could exist in forms that constantly adapt to these infinite possibilities. Each universe would be a living anthology, where reality itself is a storyteller, writing narratives that we can barely imagine. Thinking about these universes fills the mind with wonder. It reminds us that every moment in our own reality is part of a vast, unimaginable multiverse, where countless stories quietly unfold, each unique, each real, and each part of the endless cosmic tapestry. Some universes might be so attuned to consciousness that thought itself can shape reality. Ideas, emotions, or intentions could influence landscapes, stars, or even entire civilizations, making existence responsive to the minds within it. In these worlds, life and reality would be deeply intertwined. A single intention could alter the path of rivers, shift mountains, or even guide the growth of entire species. Civilizations might thrive by learning to focus thought collectively, shaping their environments with creativity, and understanding rather than machinery or force. Thinking about such universes is awe-inspiring. It reminds us that mind and matter may not be separate, and across the multiverse, countless realities may quietly exist where consciousness is as powerful as any physical law, crafting worlds both vibrant and alive. Some universes might host life that communicates in ways we cannot even imagine. Instead of words or sounds, beings could share thoughts, emotions, or energy patterns directly. Entire civilizations might exist as networks of understanding, connected across distances through invisible currents of information. In these worlds, interaction and cooperation could reach levels beyond human comprehension. Societies might organize without spoken language. Technology could respond to thought alone, and knowledge might flow seamlessly from one being to another, creating harmony and understanding on a scale unimaginable to us. Thinking about these universes expands our imagination. It reminds us that life and communication are not limited to human experience, and across the multiverse, countless realities may quietly thrive where beings interact, learn, and evolve in ways as real and vivid as our own, yet entirely alien. Some universes might exist where reality itself feels alive, where landscapes, stars, and even planets respond to the presence of life. Mountains might shift subtly, oceans might pulse, and the very air could carry currents of unseen energy that interact with all living things. In these worlds, life and environment are deeply connected. Creatures might navigate by sensing these pulses. Civilizations could learn to communicate with the land itself, and events could unfold in harmony with the living universe rather than independently of it. Thinking about such universes stretches the imagination. It reminds us that existence may not be a static backdrop, but an active participant, and across the multiverse, countless realities may quietly thrive where life and the universe are intertwined in ways as vivid and dynamic as a living story. Some universes might have energy as the foundation of life itself. Instead of relying on matter and molecules, living beings could be made entirely of flowing energy, constantly shifting, adapting, and interacting with their surroundings in dynamic ways. In these worlds, landscapes might pulse with energy currents, stars could resonate like living entities, and entire ecosystems might emerge from patterns of energy rather than physical substance. Civilizations could develop abilities to shape, harness, or communicate through energy, creating connections far beyond anything we know. Thinking about these universes inspires awe. It reminds us that life is not limited to matter as we understand it. Across the multiverse, countless worlds may quietly exist where energy itself is alive, weaving realities that are vibrant, dynamic, and endlessly creative. Some universes might respond directly to being observed. Reality could shift subtly or dramatically depending on whether it is perceived, creating worlds that are fluid, interactive, and constantly evolving in response to conscious attention. In these realms, a single glance might alter the path of rivers, the shape of mountains, or even the outcomes of events. Life forms could adapt to this responsiveness, developing awareness and skills that allow them to influence reality, shaping their environment with intent and observation. Thinking about these universes expands our imagination. It reminds us that perception may be more powerful than we realize, and across the multiverse, countless realities may quietly exist where existence is not fixed, but alive, interactive, and intimately tied to awareness itself. Some universes might exist where life doesn't just inhabit space, it shapes it. Planets, stars, and even entire galaxies could respond to the presence, activity, or creativity of living beings, evolving alongside them in a cosmic dance of cause and effect. In these worlds, civilizations could craft environments as naturally as they build tools, and ecosystems might adjust dynamically to support new forms of life. Landscapes could shift according to the energy and activity of their inhabitants, creating a universe that grows, adapts, and changes in harmony with life itself. Thinking about these universes inspires wonder. It reminds us that existence may be far more intertwined than we realize, and across the multiverse, countless worlds may quietly flourish where life and space are inseparable, each co-creating realities that are alive, vibrant, and endlessly fascinating. Some universes might contain infinite possibilities, where every action, thought, and event branches into countless outcomes. In such worlds, reality is a web of choices, each path creating new landscapes, civilizations, and forms of life that unfold simultaneously, yet independently. In these realities, a single decision could ripple across the cosmos, shaping stars, planets, and even entire species. Life itself might exist in infinite variations, constantly adapting to the endless branching of events, creating worlds as diverse and complex as imagination itself can conceive. Thinking about these universes expands the mind. It reminds us that our reality is just one thread in an immeasurable tapestry, and across the multiverse, countless worlds quietly exist, each exploring different possibilities, each as real, vivid, and alive as our own. Some universes might branch endlessly with every choice, no matter how small. Every decision, from the flicker of a thought to the path of a starship, could create a new reality where that choice unfolds in its own unique way. In these worlds, countless versions of civilizations, planets, and lives exist simultaneously, each shaped by different outcomes. History might diverge endlessly, stars could burn in unfamiliar patterns, and life might explore paths that never intersect with ours, yet are just as real. Thinking about these universes fills the imagination with awe. It reminds us that existence is not singular, and across the multiverse, infinite realities quietly unfold, each carrying its own story, each echoing the endless creativity of possibility itself. Some universes might exist to reflect every possible version of reality. Every outcome, every choice, every tiny fluctuation could create a universe where that possibility is realized. In these worlds, nothing is impossible. Everything that can happen does, somewhere, somehow. Civilizations, stars, and life might unfold along paths that are completely different from ours, yet just as real. One universe might mirror ours almost exactly, while another could be utterly alien, shaped by physics, energy, or life forms beyond comprehension. Thinking about these universes inspires awe. It reminds us that our reality is only one of countless possibilities, And across the multiverse, infinite worlds quietly exist, each exploring different paths, each alive with its own story, and each part of a vast, unimaginable cosmic tapestry. Some universes might exist where literally anything is possible. In these realms, the boundaries we take for granted of matter, energy, time, and space may not exist. Stars, planets, and life could form in ways unimaginable, and reality itself could shift, bend, and flow according to infinite rules. Civilizations might rise in forms we cannot perceive. Life could exist in dimensions we cannot sense, and every action, thought, or possibility could manifest somewhere. These worlds could be chaotic, beautiful, or harmonious, yet each would be a complete reality, fully alive and self-contained. Thinking about these universes stretches the mind and soul. It reminds us that our universe is only one version of existence, and across the multiverse, countless realities may quietly thrive, each exploring the full spectrum of possibility, each a testament to the boundless creativity and wonder of existence itself.